One of the best feelings in life that you can ever experience is feeling like you're truly alive. And I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but at certain points in your life, you just feel like you're so involved in nature. You just feel like you're so connected to everything. You just feel like you're so alive and you enjoy life more. But there's been points in my life where I felt so spiritual and so alive and so grateful and so connected to nature, so content. On the contrary, one of the worst experiences in life is feeling like you're numb, when you feel like you can't cry, when you feel like you can't be grateful, when you feel like you can't be happy, you can't be joyful, you can't be patient. You just feel impatient, you feel annoyed, you feel numb to everything. You don't have any emotions. You're just upset and you're just numb. You don't feel anything anymore. You don't feel things. You don't feel happy or peaceful or content or anything. And this is relatable to a lot of people, I believe, because we live in an area with doom scrolling, with content consumption being at an all-time high, with so much distraction. Our lives are so quick. We have so many more addictions and things that give us pleasure but don't give us long-term fulfillment. And I think that's what makes our lives kind of numb. Before we go deeper into that, I just want to ask how you guys are doing and how your day is going. And I just want to say that if nobody's told you this today, I just want to say I love you and I care for you and I really want the best for you. And the reason why I make these videos is to improve your life and to teach what I learned to improve my life. And I was on the verge of ending my life 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago now. And if it wasn't for the things I learned and the things that saved me, I'd be dead. And so it is my purpose to share what saved my life and what improved my life. If you're interested in kind of having a community of people who get that and understand that and are trying to improve their life, then consider joining my Discord. It is linked in the description below, as well as my channel page. I truly believe it'll be a good place for you to be. And it's, I don't know, we're just growing together, improving together, doing the good habits together, holding each other accountable, and just being there for each other. And a lot of people are missing out on that. No, I mean, if we all tried hard enough, we can find a community that we all feel like we belong in. But this community will actually be one that also improves your life, because it's important. It's important the people you surround yourself with. I mean, it dictates who you will be and what you'll be like and your personality and what you'll go through. So if you're surrounding yourself with people improving their life, people wanting to do better and get better as people and be better, then you will be better. So consider joining that. Anyways, how do we become numb? This is something I've learned as I've gotten older. How do we become so numb? How do we get into that stage of life where we feel so numb to everything, when at other points in our life we feel emotion so strongly, we feel gratitude so strongly, we feel happiness and contentment and peace so strongly, joy. What changed? What made our lives like this? Why do we feel so numb? Why do we feel so dead inside? Why do we feel this way? There's a million different things that you are doing in your life that are causing you to feel this way. And before you get discouraged, I just want to say, this is what lifelong self-improvement is. Lifelong self-improvement is realizing that this is something that's going to take a lifetime to reverse, but we can slowly but surely get better and feel better and improve our life. One thing that is encouraging is that the further down you are, the more depressed you are, the more anxious you are, the more numb you are, and you try to improve your life even a little bit, you will feel the most drastic improvement out of anybody, because you're so far down. And if you're doing pretty decently in life, you're not that numb, you're not that depressed, then the improvement will be much more gradual. So if you're on the verge of ending your life, you're just depressed, you're numb, you don't want to be alive anymore, you're so dead inside, you have no purpose, no fulfillment, then thankfully any kind of improvement you get in life will be much more rewarding for your mental health, for your fulfillment in life. And as I've said in the past couple of videos I recorded, I am very sick right now, so I apologize for my voice. But essentially, there are things that are objectively bad in the universe that we do on a daily basis, all of us, that bring us further from the natural order to life. When we're further from the natural order of life, we become more depressed, we become more anxious, we We feel more dead inside, we feel more numb, we feel less alive, we feel less fulfilled, we feel less purpose, we feel less meaning, less joy, less peace, less innocence, less contentment. We feel more fight or flight, we feel more pain, we feel more inner turmoil, we feel more confusion, more identity confusion, and we don't know who we are. And all these things, all these negative things, come with all the millions of things that compound over time that bring you further from this natural order. So, what is a natural order? By the way, if you're confused right now, please just listen to me with an open heart. I am telling you the truth. This is my experience, and this is what saved my life from depression and suicidal thoughts. What is bad? What is objectively bad? Well, I can give you a whole list, but essentially it's pretty much the same things that coincide with the Bible. So the Bible is like the rule book of life. The Bible is a book that, of course, it's about religion, yes, understandably, like it is a religious book, but also the Bible is the one book that is 100% objectively right when it comes to morality. The Quran is close. I mean, you can be a Buddhist and it'll be pretty close. Your life will improve. But the thing is with other religious books is you lack the true purpose, you lack the true meaning that comes with following the Bible. That's just my personal experience. I was a Buddhist, I was a Muslim growing up. The Bible is the only book that actually completely changed my life forever. Just my experience. Basically the things that make you more numb in life, the two biggest things is overstimulation and insensitivity to other people. So if you have a habit of being insensitive to other people, that's going to make you more numb. If you have a content consumption, if you have a TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts addiction, you consume a lot of content, and that's basically what you do in your free time, and it's an addiction, and you do it all the time, then that's going to affect how numb you are to life. That's the other bad habits is holding resentment, cursing at people, yelling at people, treating people badly, hurting other people. There are a lot of physical things too, like eating unhealthy, not exercising, not pushing your body, not working hard, not being healthy in a physical sense. And then mentally, if we have a bad attention span, if we stay inside too much, if we don't get sunlight, if our identity is in something bad, if our identity is in a million different things that are unstable, if we have no purpose in life, all these things make us more numb to life because it leads down other dangerous paths. It's contrary to how we're supposed to live as humans. In this modern society, it's really easy to live life without purpose, live life without meaning, live life without love and peace and joy, and those are the things we need in life. It's easy to tell lies, white lies, it's easy to be angry. On the contrary, there are some good habits we can do that make us more alive. The two biggest habits that make us feel more alive is meditation and getting outside in nature. For some weird reason, getting outside and being in nature and being more out in the real world, for some reason just makes us feel more connected to the real world. And there are a lot of other smaller habits you can do that make you feel more connected to the real world, like grounding, but essentially you just feel more alive. You just feel more like real when you're out in the real world and when you're out in nature and you're near trees and grass, and the more you're around that, the better you are. I mean, we're not really supposed to be living in big, like, modern, like, manufactured buildings. We spend at least 8 to 12 hours a day at home, and then we spend 8 hours a day at school or work. I mean, this is not how we're supposed to live, and I know some of it's uncontrollable, but for the most part, we should be trying to get in nature, get in the grass, get in the trees as much as possible. Meditation essentially clears your attention span and improves your attention span and improves your mental capacity to focus and enjoy the present moment. And a lot of feeling alive is just your ability to be in the moment, and we kind of lost that ability because we're so glued to our phones, glued to doom scrolling, and we're so worried about stuff on our phone, and that kind of causes us to be more in our head and more overthinking and more out of the present moment. But meditation, essentially, if you meditate consistently, you will improve your ability to be in the moment. How do you meditate? You literally just focus on your surroundings or your breath, and every time you get distracted by a random thought, you just redirect yourself back to the present moment and just basically refocus back to what you're supposed to be focusing on. And every time you do that, you get stronger and improve yourself. A lot of other good habits include, eating clean, having a healthy diet, having real human connection, learning every single day, having a purpose, finding something that gets you up in the morning, finding meaning. Essentially, the more we are just objectively good, or objectively more closer to the natural order to life. Something I see a lot of people saying on the internet is how it feels like in the past 5-10 years that our senses have gotten more dull and dimmed, and colors have gotten less vibrant, and things have gotten more dead. While that is kind of true on an external level, it's honestly an internal thing. And the closer we are to the natural order to life, the more our senses are actually more vibrant, the more we're alive. Literally, this is not something that just happens over time. This has to do with your spiritual state, where you are spiritually. 3 years ago, I almost ended my life because of how miserable and depressed and anxious I was and how much I hated my life. And yet 2 years ago, I was smiling autistically at a squirrel going up a tree, and I would eat my Chipotle bowl and genuinely taste every single flavor in my bowl, and I was so present and in the moment. The real enemy isn't time. It isn't getting older. The real enemy is our addictions. It's the doom scrolling. It's the content. It's the porn. It's the lust. It's the anger. It's the bitterness, the resentment, the hatred, the lack of purpose, the lack of meaning, the lack of direction in life, the lack of goals. Having a relationship with God is the number one thing that saved my life among all these other things. I hope this video helped you guys. I hope this video shed some light on why you feel so numb and why you feel this way. If you have any other questions, if you want to talk more deeply about this, if you want to get one-on-one help or guidance or support with your life, or if you just want to make friends with other people who talk about these kind of things, then consider joining my Discord in the description below. I hope I improved your life somehow today, and I hope the best for you, and I'll see you all hopefully sometime soon. Goodbye.